The science of how to energize a horse's movements can be initiated by the use of the reins. This video shows how this communication and energizing process works. The reins transfer not only physical movements and placement, but also the energy of the rider. The biodynamics of the hand grasp affect the communication properties, so selecting a hand grasp suitable to the particular riding style is beneficial. Within this presentation are the various energy dynamics involved with two basic types of rein grasping. As the level of relationship of horse and rider become more that of centered in oneness, the communication style also changes. At the more advanced relationships involving oneness, by definition, the rider's movement ability greatly influences the horse's ability for the nuance of motion. The rider has to be equally proficient and as balanced, relaxed, and able to maintain a vertical axis as the horse. This establishes complete oneness and a oneness relationship. The detailed science of rider training is available as our performance package number 1. Now let's grab palm up again. Use the little finger. We're going to pull from our center. Notice that your body relaxes because the neck and shoulder muscles aren't being used. And pull hard. And you'll notice that instead of your bottom sinking into the chair, it's actually lifting up a little bit as you pull. Then notice that you can very delicately pull and you can very delicately upweight your body. It's not grounded anymore. Feel the nuances of control that you have. And this is the subtleties of gifted performance that you can obtain by using the centered expansion type of grip. Now, let's envision that these reins are made of a rubber band. And we're pulling on this rubber band, whether it's subtly or strongly, and you can feel the reins are stretching a little bit like a rubber band. There's a spring to them. Okay. Now what to do is pretend that the reins are a steel pole. It's rigid, it's made out of steel. And now, as you're thinking steel pole, pull on it, and you notice the reins got rigid. There's no play in it anymore. It got like a steel pole. And that's because when we pull from our center, originate motion from our center into objects we touch, we transfer the energy. Just like with the baby, we transfer the energy of what we're imagining. So even like paintings and art is the same thing. It's transfer of energy is what makes it look alive. So when we're thinking different types of movements, even if it's we want the shoulder to lift, we want the left foot to extend far, we put the energy of that left foot extending, or the knee lifting, or even backing up we want to put the energy of backing up into what we're doing. We can communicate to the horse the energy and actually transform the horse into different types of movement, to propel more, to collect, lift the shoulder. I want you to float. I want you to stop, different ways of stopping using different types of energies. So we're seeing that when we're working with this centered riding, and we have a state of oneness connection, the oneness includes the breath, that we can control and actually make that horse become what we want it to become. We can make the movements become what they are desired to be. And this is the power when we're using inhale expansion, is that it's oxygen, it's at the physics level, but metaphysically, it's the energy of life that we're using. And what happens is the energy of life is a creative force. So what we visualize, what we desire, is actually going to happen, whether it's making it like steel or making it like rubber bands or making shoulders lift, or if we're trying to extend the stride. No matter what we're doing, it's the power we have when we do this type of centered riding. A lot of the communication depends on a state of oneness. So the other point of view is if we use the index finger grip. So grab from the top, grab with the index finger, and now try to make the reins a rubber band. And they're still tense, they're still tight, they're still rigid. Now make it steel, and it's still the same, it didn't change. But when we use the grip that allows that creative energy to flow, then all of a sudden we can change literally the metaphysical properties of an object. So this is one of the reasons why we want to use the little finger grip this way. The little finger grip this way is that it allows us to work in a different realm. And it doesn't mean that using the index finger grip isn't going to work. Of course it works. But if we want to go into this other realm, you have to do the biomechanics that are applicable to that other realm, and that's getting the center involved. So you notice that you can't think the center. It's not Descartes' I think therefore I am. It's you are energizing, breathing the breath of life into the movements, into the center. So it's more I breathe therefore I am, not I think therefore I am. So it's a different concept, but they're all natural dynamics that are available for our use.